What's up, everybody? Noble Comics here. If you're a woman, you should buy a gun. That's kind of what I'm talking about today. If you're a woman, you should buy a gun. All day long on social media, I see women, particularly liberal women, talking about how scared they are to go run at night because of, toxic men and all this other bull crap about, toxic men, rape culture, all that stuff. And the solutions they propose are all pretty stupid, but there is a solution. There is a legitimate solution, and that's called owning a gun and knowing how to use it. If somebody at night is chasing you while you're on a nightly run, then just shoot them. Also, I want to note, I don't think anybody feels comfortable running at night because, who knows, could be monsters out there, who knows. So, get that out of the way. But, buy a gun. Now, what I always see, saw it today, actually, kind of made me think of this, is it's always like, hey, women, how about you do at least one thing to try and prevent this outcome that you don't want to have happen? Can you try to do at least one thing to prevent it? And the solution is always, or the response is always, why should we have to do something to prevent this from happening? Why can't you guys just not do it? Educate your sons, raise your sons right, yada, yada, yada. And if you're, retarded, you could kind of see how that makes sense. But if you're not, then you'll realize that I don't think the assault and rape culture, if you want to call it that, I don't think the people who are assaulting and raping people don't know that it's wrong. There's always educate your sons, raise them right. I don't think that that's necessarily the problem. Everyone out there who's doing the raping and assaulting knows that what they're doing is wrong. It's not like the woman starts screaming and freaking out and he's like, wait a second, what? What happened? That's not how it works. Obviously they know what they're doing is wrong. And look, you can do as much advocating and spreading the word online as you want about it, but there are just bad people out there. There's always just going to be bad people. And whether you like it or not, these bad men are stronger than you and they're faster than you, and they will 100% of the time be able to beat you if you're trying to fight back. I don't care how many kickboxing, anti-rape classes that you've taken, they're not going to do anything. You know what they teach you at kickbox anti-rape class? They teach you kick them in the groin and go for their eyes. That's all they teach you. So that's all you can do. You could be a black belt in judo, and if you go up against the regular-sized drunk guy who's pissed off at the bar, that guy will knock you out every time. Doesn't matter what kind of moves you bust out. There is such a extreme physical gap between the two of you that you're just not going to win. And also what's going to happen is when you're in this situation where you're freaking out and you're just trying to scratch at somebody or kick them, all you're going to succeed in doing is pissing this guy off, and he's going to punch you in the head as hard as he can and kill you instantly. You got to understand this, okay? You can take as many classes as you want. You're not going to be Black Widow. You're not going to be Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. You're not going to be whatever other female martial arts movie star that you think you're going to be. It's not how it works. A 90-pound chick cannot beat up like a 200-pound guy. It just won't happen. You will get beaten. You will lose. The only equalizer you have is some sort of weapon, taser, pepper spray, a gun. And with the two of them, if you say, I got a taser, I got pepper spray, I'm good. Maybe not. If you've got a gun, you're good. There's no question about it. You're good if you know how to use it. It's like that quote from, I don't know who said it, but it was that, God made man, but the revolver made him equal. Something like that. You want to have a gun. You want to be able to protect yourself. You could think, well, that's not fair. How come we've got to do this? Guns are expensive. How come we should have to buy a gun and do such and such? That's not fair. It's like, no, it's not fair. But here's the thing. It's never ever going to change. It's never going to get more fair. There are bad guys out there. Usually fatherless men. Bad guys. And they are stronger than you, the average woman. They are stronger than you, the strong woman. And that's just the way it is. This is something that's not going to change. It's a biological fact. So you can either complain about it constantly and never do anything about it, and then find yourself in a situation where you really hope that you listen to this advice, or you can just buy a gun and kill these bad people who are coming after you. Because here's the thing too, is all these people who are doing the assaulting and the raping and all that stuff, they're all weak men, okay? But even these weak men are stronger than you strong women. But they're all weak men. Morally, maybe not physically, but definitely morally, mentally, they're all weak. Fighting back, you may, like I said, you may be able to fight back and like break their nerve and throw them off. But probably not. But if you pull a gun out, you will break their nerve. They're either going to run away or they're going to try you and you can shoot them. And then that'll be the end of that. So, yeah, buy a gun. It's probably the best thing that you can do for yourself. Take some actual responsibility. Take some accountability. Actually look for a solution instead of just begging for reality to change. And, you'll be good. Trust me.